This lecture will bring up four important points about present perfect progressive tense. Many students are confused about the difference between the present perfect and the present perfect progressive. Actually, they're very similar and can be used interchangeably in some cases. Here you'll hear what's different about them in situations in which you should choose the present perfect progressive and not present perfect. And you'll also hear about when you can use either one interchangeably. First, the first important thing to know about the present perfect tense is very, very simple. It's just like the present perfect in that it describes an action that began in the past and continues up until now, but it emphasizes the amount of time involved in the process. So it is emphasizing the fact that the activity is in progress. That's different from the present perfect. Present perfect does not necessarily emphasize that this activity is in progress. So I have been sitting at my desk since 7 o'clock. This emphasizes that the person has been at their desk for a period of time, in this case, a long period of time. I have been sitting here for 2 hours. It's been raining all day. All of these indicate how long something's been going on and that it's in progress, and it's still in progress right now. Typical expressions used, just as with the present perfect: since, for, all day, all morning, all week, because these expressions show that something has been going on for a long time. Now, in contrast, there are some verbs that you never use with a progressive, and these are non-progressive verbs that are not actions. An example is know. Know is a stative verb, it's a cognitive function, it's not an action. So we say, I've known Alex since he was a child, not I've been knowing Alex since he was a child. This would be true for other stative verbs as well. The third thing that you should know about the present progressive tense is that in some cases it's interchangeable with the present perfect. For some, not all verbs, the idea of how long can be expressed by either tense, and here are some examples of those verbs: live, work, teach, study, wear glasses, play chess, etc. So you could equally well say how long have you been living here as how long have you lived there. Both of these verbs give the sense of time passing. Um, why? Because of the meaning inherent to the word, and it's a question in this case not only of tense but actually of the meaning of the verb. So again, in all of these sentences where live, teach, study, um, these are situations that are just regular for your life. Uh, these things can be expressed with either present perfect or present perfect progressive. And the fourth thing you should know about the present perfect progressive is that, like the present perfect, when it's used without any mention of time, it simply expresses a general activity in progress recently. So, for example, I've been thinking about looking for a different job. This one doesn't pay enough. Why do we say this and not I have thought about a different job? Because we want to emphasize that this activity is still going on now. And that is the strongest difference between the present progressive, present perfect progressive, and present perfect. That present perfect progressive definitely gives the sense that this is still going on now. So the most important thing to remember about present perfect progressive is it emphasizes an action that began in the past and continues into the present, is still going on now, in contrast to the present perfect tense, which simply describes an action which began in the past and continues into the present and may or may not be going on now, but it's not important. And the second thing to remember is some verbs can be used interchangeably, and the third thing to remember is stative verbs are never used in the present perfect progressive, just as they are never used in the present progressive. And that is all for present perfect progressive tense. Thank you.